Welcome to episode 2 of Watching the Game, a sports show. I'm your host, Idrees Mohammed Kudaimi. I'm once again joined by Adam Musleh and Odeh.
What up?
What's up?
So, yesterday was a pretty eventful day in sports world. Um, First thing I'd like to get to is Lucas Giolito with a no-hitter, first one of 2020.
Big one.
13 strikeouts, just one walk, and he
Here.
just absolutely dominated the Pirates yesterday.
19th in White Sox
I, I,
history.
I saw a graphic. It said 2018 he was the worst pitcher in
he
the
had
league.
the worst ERA. He was horrible.
Now he's throwing no hitters.
Yeah.
He
Oh, yeah.
made a huge improvement.
So Healer went. 2 years ago he went to the worst pitcher in the league to literally almost winning the Cy Young award, which is like the best pitcher in baseball. So yeah. So he had
He's an all-star last year.
13 strikeouts and the first no for the White Sox since 2012. It's crazy.
And then people questioning whether the Sox had an ace have their answer.
We have two.
Oh,
Keiko and Giolito.
honestly, Sox are definitely a contender
Don't-
with this.
Yeah.
Don't they have Kuchel too as well?
Yeah, that's what I said. Keiko, it's Keiko.
Pronounced Keiko?
Yeah, I know, it's weird.
know.
And we also
But,
have an upcoming ace of Dylan Cease.
The funny thing is, they got him in.
Someone
they
was
got
going off for them over the weekend, right?
Abreu. Oh,
Yeah, Abreu.
He hit a home run today
He had 6 homers in 3 games. That was crazy.
against the Cubs.
That's amazing,
And
honestly.
just hit a home run right like a few minutes ago.
He's a
I just want to
beast.
say, the Nationals traded Giolito for Adam Eaton.
Oh, it was
And,
Giolito and Moncada.
No, Moncada was from the Red Sox.
Oh yeah, it was the Red Sox. Yeah. From
It was
the Chris Sale trade.
Giolito,
It was
and
Giolito,
Lopez.
Ronaldo Lopez, and someone else. Who else?
Dunning.
Oh yeah, Dan Dunning.
What's up with the Nets? I looked at the standings today, and the Nets were in last place of their division. Like, what's up with that?
Their top pitchers are injured,
Yeah.
which is ironic. They could actually.
Oh
use,
yeah, they're not doing that.
They could
They
use
don't have-
Giolito right now, but I don't think they care because they won the World Series last year.
That 1 year was a fluke.
They won last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see them doing it again.
I mean, it's a shortened season. They probably whatever. We'll mail it in.
Yeah, the reason why they won last year because it was a long season. They literally had
But,
the worst
Facts,
record of the
yeah.
season last year, and then they just came out of nowhere and started heating up.
But I think just
Started off bad, right? last
Giolito,
year?
crazy. White Sox are contenders.
Oh, 100%.
That's all they're.
They're the hottest. No, they're the hottest team right now. They're-
Won 8 of their last 9. 9 of their last 10 soon to be
Yeah.
by the time we finish this.
Yeah, they're winning 10-3 right now against the Pirates.
All right, let's move on to
Enough baseball talk.
probably the biggest story in the entire sports world right now. Is Messi gonna leave Barca?
Looks
I
like
mean,
it. Did he say you want to go to Manchester City?
He officially announced that he wanted to leave, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about what happened yesterday. So, this guy, really reliable reporter. His name's Marcelo Butcher. He said a week ago, he's like Messi might leave, and people were like, whatever. Like, there's no way. This is the same guy that reported Neymar was going to Paris a couple of years ago. So.
A week
And then
before
yesterday-
everyone else started reporting it too.
Then yesterday he officially says Messi told Barca he wants to leave, and he wants to activate this clause in his contract that he could just leave for free. That no team would have to pay him. But then Barca was like, you can't do that. You have a $700 million euro
Damn.
buyout clause, and if you're gonna go anywhere, a team pay that, and no team can actually afford that without severe financial penalties.
Yeah. Didn't you say you want to go to Manchester City or something like
First,
that?
there was reports like,
I'm
"Oh,
looking.
look, PSG has already contacted him, and
PSG is
Man
that
U
at
has already
Paris?
contacted him." Yeah. And then, but then, what's it called? At night, it was reported that he said he wants to play for Man City.
Yeah.
So, but in the middle of that, I forgot. Barca had an emergency meeting with the board, and then there were conflicting reports. One said, "Oh, look, the president of the board, Bartomeu, is gonna resign," which is probably what Messi wants all along. Anyway, he's terribly mismanaged Barcelona. Then another came out that he had actually resigned. So honestly, we'll see.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely it's not fake. There's 100% action there. But if he goes to Man City, I think I will ride.
I mean,
There,
I'm looking at something right now that says Manchester United willing to pay transfer fee for Messi.
I mean, we don't really know. The thing is also there's only 3 weeks until the next season starts. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
let me just say, if Messi goes to Man City, then there's
Damn,
literally no
stacked.
point. There's literally even just for 2 years. There's no way any team playing for the title in the Premier League or the Champions League.
Who's in Man City right now? Like
And
what good
They
players?
have Kevin De Bruyne. He's really good.
could you imagine De Bruyne as a goalie, and you have De Bruyne on one side trying to take a free kick and Messi on the other?
My God.
Totally.
That's literally OP. That's the Warriors right there from like
Mm.
2017.
So is he still the best player in soccer, or is Ronaldo?
No, he's definitely still the best player in the world. This is no question about it. But I would prefer he stay at Barcelona, like not even as a Barca fan, just like in general. And if he actually leaves, that entire Barca board will be stoned to death.
Yeah. Why does he want to
Literally,
leave?
he wants to leave because they've completely screwed him over the last couple of years. The board,
Uh.
they um they've sacked like 5 different managers because they can't find the right one. They lost to Real this year, and they only lucked out last year that Real didn't have Zidane managing the entire year. Um, they didn't try hard enough to keep Neymar. They haven't surrounded Messi with better talent. They keep
Mm.
losing in the CL. Like I don't totally understand why he wants to leave, but I don't know if he realizes how hated he would. Well, not by. He would definitely be a lot more hated if he went to Man City.
Yeah.
Personally, if he left, I would prefer he go to Man U. If he went to PSG, it would be really funny because Neymar tried to get out of his shadow at Barca, but now he's back in his shadow.
Interesting.
But I just hope, in the end, that he doesn't leave and he ends up staying and Bartu has to resign. Anyway, we'll revisit the story
He finds a team.
once something happens, something more clear. Let's move on. So yesterday we had another two NBA playoff games. Um, let's start with the first one. The Nuggets came into the game down 3-1 to the Jazz. They didn't really look very good. We said they would come out pretty hot. The Jazz were the ones who came out hot. They were up like 12 right away.
Yeah. That Nuggets first round not first round first half defense was terrible. Like their first half
Yeah, you need to
defense
work
was
on
completely
that.
awful. They could
But
not go to Seoul.
they definitely made some adjustments. Paul Millsap didn't play as much.
Yeah.
God help.
63 points in the first half.
Damn.
Given up by the Nuggets. That's
But to
unacceptable.
be fair, they really matched offensively. In the first quarter, I think Jokic went 8 for 8.
Yeah, he was perfect.
Yeah, Jokic did really good. But they still went into the half down by 9. They went into the half down by 9.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was that third quarter. Jazz came out second half hot again. They went up 15, and then Jamal Murray happened.
Yeah,
Jamal
he's
Murray
probably
just
the best
took
player in
over.
the playoffs right now. To be honest, he's going off.
These past 2 games.
Yeah.
Mitchell.
No.
I also think Mitchell.
Donovan, yeah, those two are like going off.
But
They have the hottest.
So-
they have the 2 hottest players in it. They have the 2 hottest players in the playoffs in the same series. Like you could maybe include Luca, but he had a bad game yesterday. So they have like the
We'll
2
get to
hottest
Luka.
players right now.
Get to Lucas soon enough. But it was honestly, there was a sequence in the fourth quarter where Jazz were like creeping back up because the Nuggets had taken the lead. The Jazz were creeping back up, and then Murray hits a step back 3. Jazz creeping back up, hits a step back mid ranger. He crosses up this guy, hits another 3. I mean, I think Murray's always been good. I know he was injured going into the bubble, but I don't know what happened to him. He's a new animal.
He looks like he's on a mission right now.
Yeah.
He shot super efficient too. 63.2% from the field, 50% from 3. That's incredible. Almost
Very
had a
good.
triple double.
Very good.
2 rebounds and 2 assists shy from 42-point triple double. He had a great game. Jokic had a great game too, but he kind of cooled off after the first quarter.
Underrated guy. PJ Dozier really helped the defense a lot. I don't know. I don't think he's been playing that many minutes for them earlier in the series, but yesterday he played like 20-ish.
Yeah, he played 20 yesterday.
Big help defensively against Conley. Conley struggled yesterday.
Conley had
That's
Conley had 17 points
Isaac.
yesterday.
Can you be quiet for me?
shooting.
Can you just be quiet? Don't talk.
His shooting percentage, he was 5 for 12, and then 2 for 6 from 3. It's not terrible.
Not
Okay.
bad.
But you'd want more
considering the way
from like
he's
your
been
second
playing.
scoring option. You want
Considering
more
the way
from your
he was
second
playing,
scoring option.
considering the way he was playing the 2 games before, definitely not up to par, and part of that goes to PJ Dozier. Real help there. So they ended up winning by 6. After watching the game yesterday, do you think the Nuggets have a chance to come back?
No.
I mean,
I
they
really don't
if they
think
play
so.
if they play the defense that they played in the first half, absolutely not, no shot. If they play the defense that they came out and played and held the Nuggets, they held the Jazz to 44 points in the second half. They can do that and repeat that for 2 more games, and I think they can win. But if they play the defense that they played in the first 2 quarters, no shot they come back and win this.
Yeah.
I probably agree with you. Very sample size of that very good defense because the other 4 games they got absolutely manhandled. I think
They just got
I
smoked.
think this game was just delaying the inevitable. Obviously, they still have a chance, but I think the Jazz.
I mean, yeah, they still have a chance.
Yeah. I mean, everybody still has a chance.
They have the talent. They have the talent to win the series, but can they play defense? Like they can match like shot for shot. I think so. These 2 teams, they can match shot for shot. It's basically who's gonna get more stops.
Definitely. Yeah. So you guys agree with
Mavericks
Well,
game?
I think whoever wins, it depends who does better, Donovan Mitchell or Jamal Murray. Because basically those are the only 2 players who are doing something for each team.
that might be a bit extreme, but yeah.
I mean, Jokic did have 30. He had Jokic at 30.
I mean,
but
what
then
has he
the
been doing
next
the
leading
other games?
scorer, next leading scorer was 15. So
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the Clippers Mavericks game. Kind of similar, honestly, the way it went down. Mavericks went on a quick run to start the game, but Clippers ended the first quarter on a 32-6
huge,
run.
huge run, a huge run.
I mean, this is the Clippers team that we've been talking about when Paul George isn't stinking it up.
Yeah, he actually did pretty well last night.
30.
Yeah, I called him going off. I mean, I called a 50 bomb, but I mean, 35 is close enough to that considering how he was playing.
Yeah, on ESPN they showed this stat. He scored
shot
like the quickest 25 points in playoff history or something like that.
Oh man,
he shot pretty effectively too. 66% from the field, 50% from 3, 4 for 8. So he shot pretty effectively too, efficiently.
What?
I mean, this is why we've been saying the Clippers are the deepest, should be the best team in the NBA. And Kawhi is on his game, and when Paul George is usually he plays this way, except in the playoffs. When he's playing like this,
I mean, dude,
no team can beat them in a 7-game series. I mean, they
shot lights out yesterday.
I know. Porzingis was out, but they absolutely thrashed them.
Beat them by 40.
And apparently, Porzingis most likely isn't going to play tomorrow. So, honestly, if they win that one tomorrow, it'll have just been the game when Luka went off and just wouldn't let them lose without Porzingis.
Yeah. 63% from the field yesterday. Or no, 63% from 3. And then from the field, they shot 63%. So they shot 63% from the field and from 3 yesterday. That's incredibly high.
Go! Okay, I have to go take out the...
Efficiency.
Yeah, efficiency.
Wait, can we talk about how their bench reacts to everything? Like,
yeah, they just have energy. Montrezl Harrell is so loud. You can hear him from through the camera, or on the TV. Like when you're watching it on TV, you can hear him just screaming after everything.
There was a video where Kid Gilchrist shot, and someone was like, "Wow, when Michael Kid Gilchrist shoots, even the Clips bench laughs." I don't even know why.
It is an ugly shot.
Kid Gilchrist is shooting threes. He can't hit threes for his life, and that's not even considering his terrible form.
How is he getting playing time? He was 0 for 4 from 3.
He's getting play.
He's getting 14 minutes.
Getting play time, but he's basically can't do anything for you offensively. Solid defender, but he can't give you anything offensively. So
yeah.
I mean, also he barely played when Porzingis was playing. They're trying to make him power forward, which makes sense. But the Mavs offense kind of relies on the 4-5 being able to shoot the ball, so that kind of hinders them.
He can't shoot to save his life.
Yeah. And then Paul George after the game was talking about how he was in a dark place, and kind of I hope this game gets him out of that dark place. You know, it's like, even we like to clown on him and stuff. Don't wish that stuff on anybody.
Yeah, if he was actually going through a bad time mentally, then yeah, I hope he gets over it.
Yeah, he said he had depression or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure back. Also, shout out Doc Rivers post-game interview. Real strong stuff there. If you haven't heard that yet, you should listen to it. But so we think 6.
Clippers in 6, especially if KP doesn't play
Yeah,
tomorrow.
they're winning the next game.
Yeah, I mean,
If they play tomorrow. Depends if
Yeah,
they
if they
don't
play.
boycott or not.
if KP plays, I want
KP
I
plays.
want him to play.
I think they'll win. I think they'll win if KP plays.
I don't think
Because
so.
can we trust Paul George to go off again?
I do.
We'll see. I mean,
I think it'll be a big confidence booster. It could either make or break Paul George, to be honest, for the rest of the playoffs. Because if he comes out and backs up that 35-point performance that he had last night, then that'll be like, all right, I got this. Like I'm back in the groove. But then if he comes back out, scores 8 points, terrible shooting, 2 of 15 shooting, and then he's just gonna be right back in that slump, in that like mental state.
all right. Before we go to our NFL segment, I just wanted to say, so we started recording this right when the Bucks and the Magic decided to boycott their Game 5,
Well, I think it's just
and now it's being reported the Thunder and Rockets are boycotting their Game 5.
Well, I think the
So-
Bucks just boycotted, not the Magic.
Are the Bucks? Well, yeah. Bucks. First game, Bucks did it by themselves, and then
Looks like the next teams are going to do it together.
this one they're doing together. Yeah.
I wonder, would the
Shams-
Magic get the win?
I don't know. I don't. This will be interesting. I don't think they can do that.
Yeah.
I think the people are saying the Magic declined the forfeit.
As they should.
They did. They denied the forfeit. Apparently.
I think there's probably gonna be no games today, no games tomorrow. We'll see how this goes. I respect it, honestly.
Yeah, I like it.
Like everyone's saying, "Oh, what is it gonna do? What is it gonna do?" We need to shut up.
Shows awareness.
This is the ballsy moves we like, right here. Like honestly.
Game balls. I'm watching a video right now. Game balls being put away. So I think it's official. Yeah, Bucks and Magic are definitely not playing.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's this shades of. It's kind of funny to say shades of when the Jazz and Thunder were about to play, and then they had to stop the game because Gobert had Corona.
They kept them in the.
No,
kept
this
them all
is
in
different.
the-
It's not going to cancel the whole
locker room.
league.
It's not.
Another
the same.
thing is saying, Shams tweeted, "Magic players are leaving the arena soon, not accepting the Bucks forfeit."
Alright, that's great. I'm saying like it's not the same.
Rockets and
Is that what-
Thunder also plan on boycotting today's game. Per Shams.
Things were literally so different back in March, but you can definitely see the similarities.
Yeah,
But,
it just
anyhow.
feels like it.
Hopefully, next episode we have more NBA action to tell you about. All right, let's.
I don't think they're gonna
to-
play until the police officers are gonna get charged.
I sure as
They
hell
should.
hope
They
so.
should not play until they get charged.
Should get charged ASAP so we can watch our NBA. All right, let's transition to our last segment of the day. So the NFL kickoff is coming in just 15 days. Really surprising, honestly, because
Hype.
no
Snuck up on
preseason.
us.
I never knew how much no preseason could affect my perception of time. It really doesn't feel like the NFL is starting that soon.
Yeah. It felt like
It really
a few
doesn't.
more months till it starts.
I've probably followed training camp more than any other year too, because we have no idea how any guys will look without any preseason.
Yeah.
So we'll be going over one division each episode. Today we'll be starting with our division, the NFC North. So we'll try not to be homers for the Bears here, but it'll come out a little bit. So let's talk about the
Definitely
Bears.
will.
Who do we think is gonna start day one?
Nick Foles.
It's gotta be Mitch.
No, it's gonna be Mitch.
Mitch.
Yeah. Listen, this is what's gonna happen. You know the Eagles Super Bowl run? It's gonna go exactly the same way. Trubisky's gonna have an MVP
think so?
season, gets injured. Nick Foles just lights it up and takes us to the Super Bowl and win it against the. No, we can't do it against the Buccaneers. The Patriots.
Against the Patriots, are you sure?
Yeah.
Like
No,
what? How do you think they're gonna make the Super Bowl? They have half their defense sitting out.
I don't
let's
know. I'm
not
just
get
saying.
tracked
I'm
out.
kind of making it as identical as possible.
Don't get sidetracked. Don't get sidetracked. I'm on the Bears schedule right now. We should easily start off 4-0.
Yeah.
We played Lions, Giants, Falcons, Colts.
I would be
I think
surprised if we didn't make the playoffs. Definitely with the expanded playoffs.
Think
I'm looking. I've heard from the reports at training camp that as of now it's like even. Foles today had maybe his best day. Maybe he's a little bit ahead, but Trubisky had a really good day. I think it was Saturday. So honestly, they seem like they're neck and neck. I'm
yeah.
not. I'm not gonna say one of them is gonna be an like a Pro Bowler or something. I think all this
All right,
team
hear me out.
needs,
Hear me out.
If they're neck and neck,
all this team needs
I'll,
is like a quarterback
All this team
whose
needs
production
a
20th,
game manager.
around
Literally a
20.
game manager.
Yeah,
Literally a
that's
game
Nick Foles.
manager.
That's
Just don't throw an interception. Maybe score a touchdown or two. Just don't turn the ball over.
That's Nick
That's all they
Foles.
needed to do.
Nick Foles.
But we play the Lions and the Giants the first 2 weeks. I wouldn't be surprised if they use that as like stage rehearsal games because they both suck. The Lions and the Giants do.
Not really the Lions. They're actually gotten better.
They got better, but it's just the Lions. So
Yeah, they're still
that
the
just
Lions.
automatically decreases everyone's talent level.
All right.
All right.
Um, well, let's look
Play
at them
them.
position by position. Obviously, Foles, Trubisky, we know the still there. Running back, hopefully, Tariq Cohen probably should have a bounce back season. His first 2 years, he was fantastic. Last year, he was very inefficient. I mean, every time he caught the ball, he gained like 2 yards, maybe.
Yeah, because he went back 20 yards while doing it.
I think I heard a stat. It was like Mitch Trubisky to Tariq Cohen was like the worst passing combination in the NFL
Yeah.
because of all the they
Tries
had
to
a
do
bunch
too
of
much.
completions. They had a bunch of completions,
that's his
but they would barely
problem.
gain any yardage.
Yeah, every time he catches the ball, he goes up 2 yards and run back 3
tries to-
yards and gets tackled.
Yeah, tries to juke. He does too much.
I mean, if he can kind of get away from that habit this year, then we should be fine. And then Montgomery had an
I like
injury
Montgomery
scare
for
today.
this year.
Well,
Had an injury
Yeah.
scare
Yeah, his
here.
groin injury.
He might miss the early part of the season, but I think he's also, if he returns healthy, I think he's primed for a great season.
100%. Great season.
Hopefully, the running game is gonna have to be better this year. Last year, mostly run blocking was terrible, more so than the running backs were bad.
Didn't we upgrade our offensive line though?
Offensive line was terrible.
Yeah, it got better.
Brought in a new offensive line coach
New
because
tight
they
ends.
didn't really make. They only made one new move, getting Ifedi at right guard. So they're hoping that
I like
they can just go back to average, which is what they were a couple of years ago. I think Montgomery, his running style will be fine. His running style means that we don't really need, what's it called? We don't really need amazing blocking for him to break free. He breaks a lot of tackles.
Because he can break a tackle or two at the line of scrimmage.
And then in terms of Trubisky and Foles' weapons,
You got
obviously,
A-Rob, he's a beast.
Robinson is great.
Anthony Miller might be destined for a breakout year. He's really talented.
I can see him being this
He's
year.
shown flashes.
And then the worst
And you have
group of tight ends last year. Now Jimmy Graham, Cole Kmet.
Yeah, he
If they
probably
can provide decent, say, because obviously everyone compares Nagy's offense to like Doug Peterson, Andy Reid, which they use. They have Travis Kelce.
They had Travis
Zach
Kelce
Ertz.
and Zach Ertz. So they just gotta be like, they just have to not be terrible, to be honest.
They can only do better. There's no way they can do worse than last year.
I saw nothing but high praise for Cole Kmet. And they said Jimmy Graham's looking pretty sharp as well.
Yeah.
I still think it wasn't worth a 2-year, $10 million.
For Jimmy?
That was a pretty bad. Yeah, that was a pretty bad
but
contract.
What else are they gonna spend that money on? There was no other free agent they're gonna get.
Maybe some.
Why not overpay him and secure him?
True. I didn't think of it that way.
On the defensive side of the ball, we got possibly the best.
Our defense is just great, just
Yeah.
everywhere.
I mean, probably the best front seven or the best edge rushers in the division.
In the league.
Mack and Robert Quinn coming to you off the edge, and then Akeem Hicks up the middle. Like there's nowhere to run.
Yeah. Roquan Smith should have another great season. Akeem Hicks is back.
Bob back, Danny Trevathan should be back and healthy.
Trevathan back too. And then hopefully Eddie Jackson can get as many interceptions. And Fuller too. Yeah. They combined for 13 interceptions 2 years ago. If they can get near that number again, watch out.
Yeah, the only problem is no Eddie Goldman this year and our lack of DBs.
Yeah.
Our DBs are
that won't hurt. That Eddie Goldman won't hurt us that bad because I kind of like our defensive line depth. I think we'll be fine on the defensive line.
Our DBs is a problem though. Well, we have Kyle Fuller.
We drafted Jalen Smith.
That's the thing. We don't know if he's going to be good Johnson. Or not. And Buster Screen, and who had played horrible last year.
And then we picked up the dude from the CFL and we dropped him. I don't know why we did that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Anyhow,
let's do record prediction and then move on to the next team. What do you guys think?
I'll say they go 11-5. 4-2 against the division. I think they'll lose to the Saints and Falcons. And I think it'll be a weird game. I'll say they're 11-5.
I'll go 10-6 or 11-5. We're gonna start a 4-0.
I think we're starting off 4-0 and then you get some tougher games. I say 11-5, but 12-4 could be a very real possibility. Only
yeah, you never know.
Like outside of the division, there's only 4 tough games. That's against Titans, Rams, Bucks, Falcons. Oh, and the Saints. So that's around 5 tough games outside the division. You take care of 3 of those, we should be fine. Who do we go to next? Lions?
Let's do Lions.
Let's do the Lions. That'll be quick and easy.
So over the Lions drafted Jeff Okudah. Stafford missed half of last season. He's back healthy. They also drafted DeAndre Swift to pair with Kerryon Johnson.
The Lions could be a solid 7-9 team.
Their defense is gonna be a problem though. Their offense is really good. It's just their defense.
Their offense will be good, yeah. They won't be as bad as they were last year. Kenny Galladay's a beast.
Marvin Jones and T.J. Hawkinson
look very, very viable duo at receiver. They want
very viable 1-2, yeah.
They want T.J. Hawkinson to step up,
which I think he can. I mean, he was a top 10 draft pick. He's got to step up.
Yeah, you should.
Second year.
And their offensive line it's fine, but I think they lost Rick Wagner, their right tackle this year, so that kind of hurts.
They're still solid.
Their offense is not the issue. They're gonna be top 15 offense probably if Stafford stays healthy.
Their defense is
That's not the problem. Problem defensive is defense.
They lost Darius Slay. That was
they
key factor in the team.
Traded Darius Slay. Yeah. Now they drafted Jeff Okudah.
Big play Slay.
They drafted Okudah, who's good. He's definitely very good.
Yeah.
But
being a rookie, he's going to be in his first year.
Being a rookie, especially this year, where there's less time, less preseason and stuff, it'll be really tough for him to come into his own. Uh, they did sign Desmond Trufant. I thought
Yeah,
that was a
I'm looking at that.
good
That's a
move.
good signing.
Last year they traded Quandre Diggs for peanuts, Seattle. I don't know why they did that, but they got a pretty good replacement this year in Duron Harmon from New England. I don't know why New England wanted to get rid of him.
They always get
So
they always get to watch New England players.
it'll be interesting because they have a lot of new players in the secondary. That's at least three of their five starting defensive backs are going to be new
Yeah, whether
players.
it's a rookie or a signing. Yeah.
They still have, I think, the worst inside linebackers in the NFL. Uh, Gerard Davis is terrible.
Jamie Collins.
Oh yeah, they did sign Jamie Collins. Jamie Collins has never done well hasn't done that well outside of New England. He'll be
Outside of
good
New
for them.
England, yeah.
He was actually really good last year, but I don't really think
Reggie Ragland. Yeah.
Reggie Ragland's been a
And
bust.
Yeah, their defense doesn't sound good.
Jalane Tave.
They have they have my boy Christian Jones, Bears legends.
They have some randoms on the linebackers. Christian Jones is probably one of their best linebackers.
All right,
Elijah Lee.
record
And then I
predictions:
Record
also
prediction. I think 6-10.
7-9 or 8-8.
I think
that might I don't know. I think that's a little
6-10, dude. They have like 3 guaranteed wins. They play the Jags, the Washington football team, and another bad team. The Cardinals. But the Cardinals are gonna be good this year too. So I don't even know.
I think they'll be Carolina, Washington, Jacksonville for sure. They'll win a couple division games. I got them. It's just they're a bit of a tough schedule. Plus, the 3 other teams in the division are better. I think 5-11, 6-10, and then Patricia gets fired.
Yeah, he should be
Moving
fired.
on, let's go to Minnesota. A lot of new faces. They have the most rookies in the NFL. Um, 10-6 last year, made the playoffs as a wild card, but they've seen a lot of turnover. Kirk Cousins and Dalvin Cook are back. They traded Stephon Diggs, replaced him with Justin Jefferson. We'll see if that is going to work out. I like Justin Jefferson. I think that was a pretty good move, but we're still
they
talking
basically
about
stole
it.
him.
He has the skill to be a beast. It's just, is he gonna carry over?
We're still talking about a downgrade in the short term from Diggs to Jefferson.
Yeah.
Thielen
in
had
the
some
short term, 100%.
injury
it's a
issues
downgrade.
last year. They have the best group of tight ends in the division: Kyle Rudolph and Irv Smith. Offensive line, still a question mark. I mean,
I think it just
yeah,
depends.
they still don't have a good offensive line.
I think it just depends how good Kirk Cousins does. That's all it depends for the
I
Vikings.
guess that's always how it's been for the Vikings the past few years. This team relies on Kirk.
And then defensively, let's see, we got
They lost Everson Griffin. That's big.
lost Everson Griffin, lost Linval Joseph. I think the Everson Griffin loss isn't that bad because they have Ifeadi Odenigbo, who was pretty good as their backup defensive end. I think he'll be good this year. But Linval Joseph loss is pretty bad because they signed Michael Pierce to replace him, but then he opted out, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
So that hurts. They still have Eric Kendricks and Anthony Barr, very solid group of linebackers. But then I think, and they have the best safety duo maybe in the league, Harrison Smith and Anthony Harris. they have a bunch of new cornerbacks. How many cornerbacks are they? All three of their starting cornerbacks from last year are gone.
All three?
Yep. Rhodes, Alexander, and Trey Waynes.
Oh,
All are
damn.
gone.
Where'd Rhodes go?
The
Rhodes
Colts.
went to the Colts, yeah. So
Oh.
they drafted Mike Hughes in the first round last year. They drafted Jeff Gladney in the first round this year. But they're definitely relying on guys who haven't played much in the NFL to play there. It doesn't hurt as much because they have amazing safeties.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, with Harrison Smith.
Yeah,
I
their
mean,
corners. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah,
and then they play a second place schedule. But so they play who do they play? They play the Cowboys and they play the Seahawks. They always play the Seahawks. I don't understand.
they.
They always play the Seahawks. It's so weird.
Record predictions.
10-6.
This could be a 10-6 team. Looking at the schedule right now.
They definitely downgraded though.
Yeah, I think they do worse than last year. They'll
Okay.
probably finish third place.
No.
I'm gonna go.
I think they finished third place in the division, 100%.
I'll say they go 9-7.
Yeah, that's a good prediction.
Yeah, that's decent.
Somewhere like
Good enough for third place, but not good enough for actually probably
they
good enough for a
could
playoff spot.
seventh. They could get 7th seed, 6th seed maybe. Yeah, we'll see about that. And then lastly, we'll go to the Packers. Packers didn't really make a lot of moves in the offseason. They went 13-3 last year, but a lot of close games.
Fluke season. That was a fluke season.
That was a fluke season, 100%.
Calm down.
I think they'll still make the playoffs, but there's no way they're getting anywhere near
If
what's
they have Rodgers, they're gonna be
13-3
good.
again. They're not getting near 13-3 again.
So Rodgers is back, obviously. They're probably planning on running the ball a lot this year, considering they drafted A.J. Dillon, round 2.
Yeah.
They still have a lot of questions outside of Devontae Adams at receiver. And they're hoping Jay Sternberger can make the leap at tight end.
They like Lazard, I think. They want Lazard to be the number 2.
And I don't think Lazard is a 2. I think he's a 3 max.
Then they
They
say
have a bunch of guys that you're like, oh, those are
They have a
number
bunch of-
3, number 4 receivers.
Yeah, they have a bunch of young guys. They have to prove themselves.
didn't they also sign Funches and he opted out?
Yeah, I
So
remember
that's
that.
a big loss.
I like their corners with Kevin
one
King
thing
and Jair Alexander. I like those. Their corners.
I think Kevin King is a little overrated, but they definitely
Yeah,
have
I
a
don't
decent
say I'm much of
secondary, especially with
Yeah.
Amos and Savage at safety. Inside linebacker is also a really weak point. They let Blake Martinez go, but they signed Christian Kirksey. I always thought
I
Martinez.
like Christian Kirksey.
I didn't think Martinez has never been that good. He just stacks up tackles, but he's not actually
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I think the Packers fans overhyped him. They
but
made it seem like he was some sort of goat.
Kirksey is like super injury prone. So I don't know if he gets injured, then they're kind of screwed at inside linebacker. And then interior D line, Kenny Clark is a beast, but
Who
Dean
else do they
Lowry,
have?
Tyler Lancaster, those guys aren't that good.
They still have the Smith guys.
Man,
Pass rushers.
I wish the Bears had Za'Darius, man.
Yeah.
Absolute monster.
That's their probably best player on defense. I don't know about Preston Smith.
I will give them this. They have the best offensive line in the division.
They always have.
Even after losing, they lost Bulaga, but they still have probably the best O line in the division.
All right.
They have to play the 49ers.
They have to play the 49ers and Eagles, but you know the
and
Eagles.
the Eagles.
I mean, maybe the Eagles could pull off
Eagles
an
usually
upset.
beat them.
I think they'll lose 5 or 6 games. The Bears and Packers can easily tie like records this year.
Oh yeah, that's definitely possible.
I just don't see the Packers going near as what they did last year.
Yeah.
If they,
Especially after the way they lost against the 49ers. I mean, the 49ers just absolutely
that was
dismantled them.
horrible. Yeah, they should have not done that well. They were so lucky that whole way. Everything was going their way.
Yeah, I think final division projections: number 1 Bears at 12-4, number 2 Packers 11-5, Vikings at 3 9-7, and then Lions in 4. It doesn't matter the record, like 7-9, 6
Yeah, I
and 10.
like that. I'm gonna
You
go the
guys
same
agree
as
with
you.
that?
Yeah.
I'll say Bears 11-5, 12-4, Packers 10-6, 9-7, Vikings 10-6, 9-7. I'm still trying. I think those two teams are going to be really close. One of them will get into the
I think it's a
playoffs. The
coin
other
flip.
won't. I think one gets
With
into the
7
playoffs.
slots,
The other won't.
with 7 slots, I think maybe they can get all 3 in. Maybe.
And then fourth, Detroit. I'll say 6-10, or 5-11.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I think the Bears could get like the 3 seed. And then you'd have the Vikings, Packers fighting for 6-7.
Yeah, I agree actually.
Well, the NFC is extremely stacked this year, so I don't know.
Yeah, NFC is
Oh
stacked
yeah,
this year.
we're definitely gonna get to that. I kind of wish we were in the
Absolutely
AFC.
loaded. At this point, yeah. I think that's about it though for today.
So that concludes our episode for today, August 26, 2020. From watching the game, I'm Idrees Mohammed Kudemi, saying so long and thank you. Make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcast, follow on Spotify, and subscribe to our YouTube as well. And we'll be back Friday.
Follow our Twitter.
Follow our Twitter too and our Instagram. Have a good one.